Welcome to Sinless Productions. Without talking too much, with less interest and those things, let's talk about how we can get the Connect album into the Billboard. I think the Billboard is the main important thing here. What can we do, and what can you do as a fan? Because as I'm talking to you now, like everybody needs you, Shatta wale needs you, and including the Shatta movement needs everyone who call themselves an SM fan or a Shatta wale fan. So with this, just pick up your phone. I don't know if you have Audio Mac, Spotify, Apple Music, or anything. Just hit to the Play Store, Apple Store. If you don't have any of these streaming platforms, head there and download these apps. Make sure anytime you search on Shatta wale's album, make sure that it is the official Shatta wale's account that you are listening to. Make sure you are not listening to it on any other platform than Shatta wale's platform. Now, as I'm talking to you now, the Connect album is topping the iTunes World album. Like the Connect album is the one on top now, is the #1 song now. But how can you keep it there? Because it needs to stay there for quite a long time. Maybe at least you can do this for a week. At least you should do this for a week. At least this has to be there more than a week if you want to do it. If the SM fans, or we believe that like we are as large, we are a certain example, so that everybody can follow this, we need to make sure that we are streaming this album. Make sure that we are streaming this album. It's on #1 on iTunes. And how are they making it? This is how you can make it. If you also want to stream, if you also want to make this album like there for iTunes, like the #1 listen, you won't make it there for a very long time. This is how you go do them. Just if you get, like, I think this time you just need the Apple and then an iPhone before you can get access to either, I think, iPhone, Apple TV, Apple, any of the Apple products, the Apple laptops. I mean and also they are either a tablet and like anything that is Apple or is made by so head there, download, make sure you have the iTunes app, then buy the song. Because in this case you need to buy the song. You need to buy the song to make sure this album is there. And how can you do it? I mean, you need to buy the album. How can you do it if you don't have any of this platform? Maybe you don't have money to do all these things. Just head to Apple Music, because Apple Music have the way of counting it. And if you are already subscribed to the to Apple, like if you are not subscribed to Apple Music, that means that you cannot listen to any song. But if you have already subscribed, then that means that you can listen to a song or anything there. So just head to that platform and make sure you stream the song on there, because the more you stream, they also have a certain numbers that they can put together and say this is a purchase. Maybe when it comes to YouTube, they have a way, they have 1,000 views before they can say that they maybe this how they are laying it. So I think with Apple Music, the difference between this, maybe you are confused about this whole thing. Why is that iTunes one stream is higher than this? And let me just give you some deep explanation. This is how it goes. Like, you know, the iTunes, you need to buy it directly. Maybe you just head to Shatta wale's platform and buy the album. But on Apple Music, it's a platform that you need to subscribe. So it means that if you subscribe, you can listen to any song that you want. So with that, they count the views. But when you go to when you head to iTunes, you need to buy a particular song or buy a particular album before you can listen to it. So if you have not buy this certain album, and that you can't listen to it. But when you head to Apple Music, You don't need to buy these songs. You need to do what? Subscribe to their monthly this or yearly this thing, then just move on and listen to any song that you want. So this is a platform that you can do anything with. But we're talking about Apple Music. They need to gather all this, like maybe thousand before they can categorize it as what? Purchase. But as far as iTunes is just direct, when you buy it, it just they count as one. But you need to convert. I think you need to compare 1,000 plays of Apple Music before you get one before you get one iTunes, I think one iTunes play or one iTunes purchase. So have this in mind and make sure you are streaming the song. And it's not only this platform that you can make Shatta Wale hit the Billboard. You can head to Spotify if you are using an Android. You can head to AudioMac if you are using an Android and just stream it. Make sure you are streaming this. Make sure you keep streaming. Like, just make sure that this song that you are streaming is strictly Shatta Wale's page. Make sure that this is strictly Shatta Wale's page. Make sure the platform is Shatta Wale's. Like, definitely they may get something that will verify that this is Shatta Wale's page. And make sure you are doing the right thing. Make sure you are not doing. And also, if you are listening to it on YouTube, make sure you are listening to it on Shatta Wale's page. Don't listen to any remix. Don't listen to any speed up song. Don't listen. Make sure you are listening to the correct song. And the only way you can get the correct song is on Shatta Wale's platform. And as I'm talking to you now, the album is already topping. I think on iTunes or Apple Music, I think on Apple Music, it's already topping 17 countries. It's already topping 17 countries. From maybe the 20 day and all this, we have Shatta Wale heading to most of these countries. But these are the top countries that you have. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 countries that Shatta Wale is topping higher than 10. Higher than 10 that Shatta Wale is topping. In this country, which is Ghana, Shatta Wale is topping #1 here. In Finland, which they speak Finnish, their language is different, but they still listen to Shatta music. We have Germany, they speak German. They listen to what? Shatta music. We have Netherlands, who also, I think, somehow, what language do they speak? I don't know. This song is #2 there. They also do what? Listen to Shatta music. We have USA, English. They also do what? Listen to Shatta music. We have Norway. What country do you speak? You didn't know which was. They also listen to what? Shatta music. And they have the UK, which is our second home. It's also, since they also do what? Listen to Shatta music. But how can this stream go higher? How can this move from 6 in the UK to #1? Any Ghanaian out there have to listen to it. And with all these platforms, the Billboard have to gather it. Billboard have to make sure that they are getting certain platforms from everywhere. And it's not just what? These 2 platforms. They add iTunes and then what? Apple Music. But they also put statistics from AudioMac, from YouTube, from Spotify, and also any other platforms that is credible, that people can really like video and do those things. So what you have to do now is make sure that Shatta Wale is doing what? Is topping the Billboard by, or in the next 1 week, 2 weeks, or by next week. Just make sure that this is the song that you are listening to. Even if you have a favorite Shatta Wale song, just put it aside now and stream this album. Because that's the only way you can make sure that this album is topping there. And that's the only way you can get that bragging right and brag whenever there's a conversation. This is the only way you can get the bragging right whenever there's a conversation. How can you brag when Shatta Wale is not topping this Billboard thing? Or topping the iTunes is something that everybody does it, but topping the Billboard is not something that is really regular. So this is how you can do it. This is the only way to do it. Make sure you are watching or streaming on Shatta wale official platforms, and make sure these platforms are one of the platforms that I mentioned. I recommend, first of all, Spotify first. Spotify first. That's when maybe you don't have, because Spotify you have free plays and all those, so you can listen to it. Although it may get some interference and all those things, listen to it freely on Spotify, and also on where on Audio Mac free. Then you head to YouTube, you can do it there. And also, if you have I suggest that if you have Apple Music, or if you have an iPhone, you stick at these two platforms, either the iTunes, which is so much expensive. So if you can't afford the iTunes, just make sure you are at where the Apple Music and streaming it there. So with that being said, I think that's it. We can make this possible and also do this thing. So with that being said, thank you all for watching Silas Production.